Hi everyone, this is Karthik again, and today we are going to talk about a new end-to-end full stack app development that I've been trying with Cursor AI. Last 10 days have been pretty hectic trying to figure out a lot of things on how to develop an app end to end. I've worked on front end before, but never done full stack apps. I'll cover what I've developed and also take you through the process and the journey and my learnings through the journey. So the application that I've developed is called Portfolio AI, and I have used Python on the backend, and on the front end I've used React, White, and Material UI, Fast API for APIs, along with Postman testing and Grok for LLMs and Supabase for database. So the goal of this application is to give career switchers an easy way to manage their resumes, create portfolios, cover letters, and also prepare for interviews for a particular job profile that they're applying for. And what this AI does is in the uh, profile section, it allows you to upload your resume, which is in the current shape and form. You can either do it via chat interface, where you can chat with the LLM and give a lot of information about yourself, or you can upload your current resume, and you can also update the job description that you're applying for. And based on this current profile and the job description that you're applying for, the AI will analyze what are the gaps between your current resume and the job that you're applying for, and it'll optimize the resume. So there are a bunch of functionalities here. There is an AI resume optimizer, which will optimize based on the keyword gap analysis. It'll improve the sections of your resume which can be included into your resume. Then you can generate a one page portfolio about yourself, and you can download that portfolio, host it in in a particular website, or share that link with others. Similarly, based on which job you're applying for, it'll create a cover letter. So it'll take into consideration your resume, your skill set, and the skill set that is needed for the job description, and it'll write a nice cover letter. And based on the job description, it'll also say it'll come up with a career guide plan saying these are the 10 things that this job needs, and these are the 5 things that are missing in your resume. So what all things have to be prepared. And there's also a mock interviewer which will based on the job profile, again it'll generate a bunch of questions. It'll ask you questions where you need to type answers, and after the interview it'll score your entire interview performance, and also give you feedback on how you have performed, where you can improve. All of this using AI. So we'll just go through workflow once. So I can either go to the chat input. So this profile section will first ask you for your own profile and then the job description that you're applying for. And once you fill both of them, all these actions get activated. You can then optimize your resume, generate a new portfolio with AI, write a cover letter, start a mock interview, or get a career guide. So I'll first do a chat a demo. So it is asking me for my profile, recent job title. I'll say development, design, marketing. So actually you need to give a lot of in-depth responses here, so that the responses that you give will be considered, and based on that it'll come up with a resume and a portfolio. But for the demo purpose, I'll just say something. So it is saving my information, and so it will save my information. And if I want to upload my resume instead of chat, I can also do that. I can select a portfolio. I'll just upload a LinkedIn portfolio, LinkedIn CV that I downloaded, and I'll say Karthik, and I'll upload the resume. So this resume is uploaded. I can clear it and upload a different one. Now for the job description, let me put a designer job description. I'm taking this job description from LinkedIn. I'll just say head of design and save. So as soon as the job description is saved and the resume is uploaded, I can see the status at the top right, which says profile updated and job description updated, and I see all these actions are activated. Now I can click on optimize my resume, and what it does is it is processing. And once I refresh this page, the resume optimizer, each of these pages have the updated content at the top, and also the history at the bottom. So These are all the trials that I have done in the past. Like I've generated resumes multiple times, so I can go back in history and watch all those resumes that I have generated. So let's view the latest one. The latest one is this. So based on my CV that I've updated, it has corrected a bunch of sections and gave me a detailed output here. Um, so in the future, this can also be converted into a markdown format, and I can have a direct download PDF option here. That is the plan. I'll just add that. I've done that in the portfolio with the export HTML option, and it needs to be done in resume also. Now similarly, I can just say generate portfolio, and it redirects me to the portfolio generator. You can and it says the portfolio is in progress. This one is still getting generated, and you can see a bunch of other portfolios that I've created in the past. So yeah, it is already refreshed. So if I click the view portfolio here, this will pick the latest one, or I can click this in the row here. So as soon as I do this, it will redirect me to a custom hosted page, which exactly gives you various sections of about me. What are my skill sets, my skill set, just various work experiences, what all have I done, the projects, education details, and all of that. And if I like it, I can just export this, and it'll export as a HTML, which has embedded inline CSS. So if I open that in a new tab, I can see that this is working. So I can host this page somewhere else. Ideally, if I'm hosting this on Vercel or something, I can create a subdomain and give a shareable link. Right now, I'm hosting this on Hugging Face. So I've just put it as an export option, and the page is displayed as a sub page in my domain itself. Then I can say write a cover letter, and it automatically reads the job description. It goes through the job description, it goes through my updated resume, and then tries to bridge the gap between the both. And it said, I'm thrilled to apply for the design position at this particular company in Cupertino, blah blah blah, with a passion. It is also taking all the inputs from my JD. It says seasoned product leader and designer for 11 plus years. It knows what all things I have been doing, all the skill set that I have, and what is needed for that particular job description. So this is the cover letter, which can be copied. Again, this can be converted into a rich text markdown kind of a format where you can download it or copy paste it. And you can again view a bunch of other cover letters that I have generated in the past. Now here is where things get interesting. Portfolio, resume, cover letter are straightforward. And also the career guide. If I click on the career guide, it will go through the job description. It will go through my resume and tell me where are the skill set gaps. So I can just go to the career guide, and it's loading. Yeah, it has loaded. It's doing a skill gap analysis. It says design skill wise, technical skill wise, collaboration wise, what are the gaps that I have. Recommended learning paths, visual design and Figma expertise is something that I might not have updated in my LinkedIn, so it is asking me to take online courses about that. And web development basics, it's asking me to do that. Short-term, long-term career goals, 6 months, 3 years plan, action items for improvement. It's giving me a detailed career guide plan based on what role that I want to apply and where am I in my current stage in the job. Then here is where things get interesting. Now that I have the updated resume portfolio that I can host and cover letter to apply, and I know what are the skill gaps, I can also generate a mock interview. So it is, since the job description is of head of design, it'll now interview me for that role with a bunch of questions. Let's see how that goes. So again, since it's for a design job, it is asking me how would you approach designing a responsive product landing page. Now instead of writing all the answers, I'll just copy paste these from ChatGPT. Let's see how it goes. So it's asking me follow-up questions now. Okay, rest of the questions I'll just answer something randomly. Let's see how it scores me. Okay, now the interview is done, and it gave me a detailed assessment So based on the answers, because I've written most of the answers from ChatGPT, I'm assuming those are correct. So it says I've scored an impressive 80 out of 100 for this interview. And key strengths, areas of improvement, which are the answers. So since I've not answered 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I just put some random text there, and it says exactly these are the answers where I lack, clarity, and it is giving me specific suggestions on where to improve and all. And if you see, the even the interview history table has been updated with the new score, and I can see the feedback here for all the interviews. I can generate a new interview to practice again, and it'll again come up with a bunch of new questions. Now let's see if so now it has asked me design related questions. Now what if I put a software engineer job role? So all the CV generation, portfolio generation, cover letter generation, and mock interview, everything now will be based on this new profile. So based on job description. So this is a senior software engineer in Python. So I'll just update this. So this is updated. Now when I go to mock interview tab, I see that the question that it is asking me is of Python and cloud native approach. So there is a profile at the heart of this application where I'm updating my resume or the job profile or through chat. And based on that, all these things take that as an input and give me a updated resume, portfolio, cover letter, mock interview, and a career guide plan. So that's it, made with love and AI by MSN Karthik. So there are a lot of learnings actually in the process. So I've never done an end-to-end deployment of an app, development of an app. I have been a designer and a front-end guy till now. So I have struggled for the last 10 days in terms of, how to do, how to, approach this, cursor vibe coding kind of a setup. So in cursor, there have been countless night outs that I've done talking to cursor, trying to understand how it works and all. So what worked for me is going step by step and not asking cursor to do too many things at a time, but actually think of vibe coding as a development sprint in a proper software company setup. So in the process, what I did is I learned how to write Python backend, how to structure the files and all. Then I've learned how to use fast APIs and test them with Postman. Then create a data model and tables in Supabase using SQL queries that obviously Cursor gave me. Then in the front end, I've tried doing it on Streamlit. I didn't like the UI, so I then moved to React plus Material UI using White. I've also used ShadC and Mantine UI libraries, but they didn't work out well, so I came back to Material UI. Then I've used Grok for interacting with the LLMs, and yeah, that is what worked is giving step-by-step instructions, having clear instructions, understanding, instead of using the agent mode, YOLO mode in cursor, asking it to talk to me after every change that it makes, trying to understand what it is doing, and then debugging along with it, trying to see what works, what doesn't work, giving it suggestions. So last 3 nights have been like super productive, and a few things that can be improved here is, one is I also want to integrate this with AngelList and LinkedIn to grab for new job opportunities based on a particular set of interest areas that the user gives in the profile. And then I can run a cron job on a daily basis, update those job profiles, and when the user clicks on those job profiles, he can automatically create resumes, portfolios, mock interviews for that particular profile and apply it on LinkedIn and AngelList. That's a extended workflow that I will soon work on it. Similarly, right now authentication is a static authentication. I've just passed a static user ID, although all the Supabase tables are based on a user ID. And if you log out, all these things won't, like, your history won't be seen by the other person. But there were certain issues in the login in the authentication, so I had to revert that back. And authentication is something that needs to be fixed. And also the UI, right now I have created a Spotify inspired UI here, but I would like to change and update the UI to something better, something modern looking. And yeah, that's it. My first ever cursor based vibe coded application, Portfolio AI. Thank you so much.